the course of 2 seasons, Netflix's animated series Arcane turned the world of a video game into prestige TV. The deepest exploration yet of characters from Riot Games' mega-hit League of Legends realized and expanded on rich lore that, while incredibly additive, wasn't necessarily the focus of the game itself. Primarily focused on the story of sisters Vi and Jinx, Arcane also brought many of the game's other heroes to life through animation. The critically acclaimed series that Screen Rant's Arcane Season 2 Part 3 review dubbed a true masterpiece was a Herculean effort across all aspects of production. Executive producer, showrunner, and head of Riot Games' animation studio, Christian Link, guided the story from start to finish, partnering with people like Barthélemy Monnery, a co-director and creative director at the French animation studio Fordic Productions. Writers including co-executive producer Amanda Overton helped ensure all the series' biggest moments were as meaty and consequential as possible. Screen Rant's Ash Crossan spoke with Christian Link, Barthélemy Monnery, and Amanda Overton about their work adapting the world of League of Legends into Netflix's Arcane. The creatives discussed the collaboration between departments and how the Arcane team came together for what would become an incredibly successful series. They also discussed what they might like to return to in the future, which is especially interesting given Link's pointed non-answer about a potential Vi and Caitlyn spin-off. Arcane not only realized League of Legends lore in a way that was both emotional and thrilling, but did so in a way that was accessible to viewers who had never played the game. I think we had to really find the human elements that are universal, showrunner Christian Link said about how they made it happen. I think for Alex and I and the team, it started with just being fans of Vi and Jinx. They're fun game characters. Link said, they're entertaining, they're loud, they're big, but also there is a question of them being siblings, where we just want to know what happened between them that they became these enemies. And I think that's something that works for anyone who has siblings and knows that there is sometimes some tension. So you hold on to that and you expand from there. I love video games so much, but hadn't played League of Legends before. Amanda Overton added, I had Christian and Alex, who were the League experts, to rely on, but I also got to be the outsider looking in and saying, what would I want to see? What would I connect with? And again, we just started with the characters and what they wanted, and how that felt personal to each of us. Arcane's Vi and Jinx were always going to be similar to how they appeared in the League of Legends game, but Link revealed how actual gameplay, rather than just character bios, informed how the characters were written. When asked about the challenge in fleshing out characters' backstories for the screen, Link said, I think we were very confident in our ability to capture the characters. For Alex and me, it was a little easier because we were part of the team that created the characters back then. We knew them very, very well. When heading into the world of Arcane, though, considerations included, who were they as kids? How did they grow up together? What do they eat? Are they messy eaters? How do they spend their free time? Link shared, adding, that's the kind of stuff you think about when you create the human being behind the champion of the game. And I think there are a lot of our own personal stories in there, and our own personal lives. But Link said being familiar with gameplay was crucial. The reason for this is that in League of Legends, each character requires a different playstyle and strategy. Vi and Jinx play differently, and that ultimately means that their on-screen personalities must be different. When there's a fight, Link said, who goes in first? Vi? Jinx? Who actually makes it out? We try to really respect all those things, what it feels like to play these characters in the game. There needs to be a continuity that we just can't break. Critically, at least, Arcane was a massive success for Riot, Fordic, and Netflix. The fact that Arcane Season 2 is the end of the series, then, is a little surprising, but that doesn't mean more League of Legends stories are off limits. It also doesn't mean the characters from Arcane are gone forever. The IP is really, really fun, Link said about the future, continuing, There are a lot of different tonalities and characters and genres.